Okay, this is crazy, but this is my suitcase. And so wanted to just share how I put things in. So there are a few things. I am sorry, I've got a frog in my throat. So there's a few things that I keep. This is a sewing kit, and I keep it in my suitcase all the time. And this is a Travel Pro, just the carry-on size of a Travel Pro, and I've used it for years, and it's been a great suitcase. So I know that there are, fancier brands out there. Everybody's into carry-on, carry and all that stuff, but this has worked out great. So my sewing kit, I got this at Liberty of London. I put this in the side pocket. I have a whole group of knitting needles in case I need to knit on the go, and I put that in between these two rails. I keep my brushes in the rails. Again, I'm just trying to make this as flat as possible. And then so here are these little cases that I just talked about in my other video. And I put them in between the other rails as much as possible. Sometimes this will work out better. Sorry. All right, so I keep these just in between the rails. Hold on, and I'll get some other stuff. These are other things that I just keep in my suitcase. So I keep a comb, and this is a little lint brush that you can just wash off. And I got this at a conference. It's a little knife, fork, and spoon, and I keep this in there because sometimes I want to have a snack and I don't have utensils in my room. So this is a teeny tiny little first aid kit that, again, I just keep in my suitcase. Here's another little fork and knife because sometimes I'm with my husband and he wants a snack. Then this is called a gleaner, and it is really this is the travel gleaner, and a lot of times in the winter I wear a lot of cashmere and they will pill. So this is the best tool I have found to de-pill a cashmere sweater. So I just got a travel one and I keep it in my suitcase. And then this is another kind of lint brush. And then this is a larger meds container that has all the stuff. So I keep those things in the bag. Then this is a small little makeup remover, just like that towel that I showed the other night. I just keep this one in a little plastic pouch. And then I often travel with LCR because a lot of times I'm with coworkers, and this is a really fun game if we're down at the bar or, hanging out. So LCR is a lot of fun. So a lot of times I keep this in my bag. All right, I'm going to go start packing this all up. Okay, so I just grabbed my, packing cubes and smush this all in as much as I can. And then my shoes go in here. Okay, there it is, all packed up. This one's a tight trip just because I'm having to take a lot. But I got it all in, so I think it'll be great. And I'll turn you around and just do some closing thoughts. Okay, a couple of other things. I keep the smallest little umbrella that I could find in this outside pocket. And then my suitcase has a little pocket right here, and this is where I keep all my chargers. This looks like a complete mess, and it is. But I have one block that I bought from Amazon that has 2 USB converters, and this cord, this cord, in short, has multiple ends on it, so it can do this kind and a light, a couple of lightning, and then this other kind. So I found this to be very, very useful. And a lot of times hotels you don't even need the block anymore, but I have found this to be useful. And like when I go to see my parents, for example, this is very, very helpful. So I just keep these cords in the suitcase in that little pocket. Okay, I usually keep these little Velcro tabs, but I had not put them in and this is why, is because they just get to be a complete mess. So I put those little tabs on, so they're just little cord wranglers, and I will just stuff those in there. Now, the other thing that I have found to be useful is, excuse the mess, I just keep a basket full of stuff that I might need when I'm packing for a trip. And so, extra toothbrushes or toothpaste, I've got wipes, little containers of stuff. And so I just keep this running and I just throw it in here. And then when I pack for a trip, I go through and pick out the things that I might need to refill. So actually, I know that I need a Tide stick in my everyday carry. I'm just trying to see I know I need one of these, and I'm pretty sure I'm okay on wet wipes, but I'll pull these out just in case. And so, these again are the things that I shared in my everyday carry. So a lot of times I just pack my everyday carry even from this little basket. I just keep this running. Okay, I'm back. I know this is the most chaotic video ever. I just want to share so much. Okay, so for my jewelry, I have this little Vera Bradley jewelry container that I got at a thrift store, an estate sale, I don't know, somewhere. But this has turned out to be the best thing. So obviously, I wear a lot. So before I go through security, I will take off all my jewelry and I put it in here. And that way I can just send it through and I don't have to, be patted down. I do have TSA pre-check. I also have clear. So that helps a lot in that I can go through the little the metal detector. And so if I have all of this off, then I can just walk through. I have talked to other women, though, that wear more jewelry than I do, and they just go through the x-ray machine. So I have not jumped on that bandwagon yet. I just take all my jewelry off and I keep it in this little bag. So, and then I just put this in my laptop case. And so that has worked out great for me. So I will probably actually go ahead and do that tonight because there have been times when I'm just running and I have to slow down to take my jewelry off. So in this little bag, though, I do keep this diamond dazzle stick. So this is really my friend got this for me, and this is really great to clean your jewelry with. So I keep that, and then I also keep a tiny little silver cloth because I wear so much silver. Sometimes it'll get tarnished, and so it's just nice to have something with me that I can use to clean. So when I take pins, so I've pulled these 2 pins out. I might wear them, I might not, depends on how I feel. But this little case has little zipper pouches, and so I'll just put the pins in those zipper pouches. Okay, so I will take off all my jewelry, I'll put it in this case, and I'll have this in my laptop case. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is this was all the thing. I used to get it on my Instagram all the time. It's called a tema. It's a Turkish, so it's called tema, Teema, towels and blankets. And it's just a little woven, lightweight Turkish towel. And I actually got this at the thrift store, and it still had the packaging on it, like it was brand new. And I have loved having this. So this can be a little blanket on the plane. It's just a very lightweight. I'm sure it could be a towel because it's called a Turkish towel, if you were like going to the beach or something. But a lot of times I just use it as a wrap on the plane if I get cold. And so I will often just fold this up and stuff it in that outside pocket where you saw I had my little umbrella. So this is another high recommendation for travel. Okay, I'm at the end. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming along. Sorry this is so crazy. Bye.